Creamer Media's Mining Weekly is speaking to Kudakwashe Ndhlukula, the Executive Director of SADC's Centre for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency. It is known as SACREEE. Kuda, could we chat about what role SACREEE is playing in securing green hydrogen?
I'll start off by introducing SACREEE. SACREEE stands for the SADC Centre for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency. It was established in 2015 by the SADC ministers responsible for energy. It was given a mandate to promote renewable energy and energy efficiency as a way to address energy access and energy security. So you realize that we have two challenges that are hampering the development, especially for the energy sector. These two challenges are primarily energy access and energy security. With the immense potential of renewable energy that we have as a region, renewable energy can play a big role in terms of addressing energy security as well as energy access. And we see that green hydrogen can play a significant role, not only to address energy security and energy access, but it can also play a big role in terms of industrialization of the region. If you look at our business plan, we had a business plan that was adopted in 2019, at the end of 2019. One of the key pillars of our business plan, which is the 5-year strategic plan, looks at industrialization, supporting the regional industrialization. So we see green hydrogen playing a part towards the industrialization of the region. As a region, we are a net importer of energy resources. We are importing petroleum products, mostly to drive our vehicles. We also look at, if you look at it, also if you in industries, some of the mining companies are using HFO, heavy fuel oil, for process heat. Applies also, the same applies to other industrial applications. For example, if you look at fertilizer, the fertilizer manufacturing industry, we're importing a lot of ammonia. But this then, we can see a substitution coming in with the utilization of green hydrogen. With green hydrogen, we're looking at the source of electricity being renewable electricity. So in this case, we're looking at wind, solar, and other electricity and other renewable energy resources that can be used to generate electricity and then split water into hydrogen and oxygen.
And what water would you use?
Water is a challenge. We know that quite a number of countries are water stressed. If you look at countries like South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, these are water stressed countries. Of course, if you look at the whole region, there are some countries that you have some abundance of water. If you look at Zambia, DRC, Congo, you look at some parts of Zimbabwe there as well as Malawi. But look, again, overall, the region is water stressed. Brackish water is a good source for water for electrolysis. For example, already Saudi Arabia, Morocco, they are driving and pushing hard for green hydrogen. And definitely they're going to use seawater for that. So the advantage also is that I think we can also see another industry coming up, which is an industry where we are going to be using seawater, process the seawater. We get, of course, hydrogen, oxygen, but also we can have that water that is utilized also as fresh water, as potable water. So there is that opportunity as well arising out of utilization of brackish and seawater.
Now, Southern Africa, our region, is the host of the biggest endowment of platinum group metals. Between South Africa and Zimbabwe, we host more than close to 90% of the platinum group metals. Can we sort of link these platinum group metals to this green hydrogen? What role could the platinum group metals play in generating green hydrogen?
Indeed, if you look at the process itself of electrolyzers, it uses some metals and some minerals that can be utilized to make electrolyzers. As you said, we have platinum, we have cobalt in Congo, and other minerals. But also another step, going a step forward as well, is if you look at fuel cells, bulk of materials that are used, some of the materials that you mentioned, including manganese, that we are producing here. So I see a lot of beneficiation coming out once we have created that, once we have analyzed and looked at what competence as a region we have and how we can add value. So what we have done also as SACREEE and SASCA is that we have established a technical committee that is supposed to, that is advising us actually as we speak on green hydrogen. And the composition of this technical committee is made up of experts across the region. We look at economists, we've got legal minds, we also have environmentalists, we have some experts that have done a lot in terms of industrialization. Some of them have supported the development of the SADC industrialization agenda. So they have a good understanding of what is required. So we've brought them in to assist us to understand the value chains and how we can beneficiate as a region from the resources that we have. And we believe green hydrogen is one of the sectors that can benefit the region in terms of value addition.
And you have got convening powers for the region. How many countries are involved there? And is there buy-in into this green hydrogen concept?
Indeed, as you said, yes, we do have convening powers as a SADC regional center. What we've done is actually, we have got 12 countries that we are actively working on in terms of the development of the hydrogen atlas. And we have already established national teams in all these countries. And these national teams, as we speak, they're very active on the ground. On daily basis, we are getting information, feedback with meetings that they are holding with national stakeholders. And it's, to our surprise, actually, is that the buy-in that we got is even beyond our expectation. It seems like some countries, they are telling us that we're far behind in terms of taking action because as they are reading and getting engaged, they're inundated also with private sector players that are coming in, some of them wanting to sign MOUs, some of them requesting some guidance on how they can start developing this sector. So I think, yes, we have come at the right moment, and the buy-in from stakeholders, especially the governments, is so huge. I tell you, some of the countries are even now considering developing roadmaps. They've even asked us on some guidelines on how they can start developing green hydrogen roadmaps, which is what some countries have done in Europe, Australia, and other places.
What is the timeline on this? When are we going to know where the best generation of sun power can take place in the region, where the wind corridors are the most powerful? When are we going to know all these facts and figures that will be the important starting point for some sort of pilot plant?
Establishment of power plants, renewable energy power plants, in our view, it's something that can happen in the shortest period of time. A solar farm can be established in 12 months, 18 months. If then you look at the establishment of the green hydrogen facilities, if you can take a cue from what is happening, let's say in Saudi Arabia, there's just a deal that was signed between Aqua Power and the Saudi government. I think they've put in a projection of about 5 years to establish and get to the stage where hydrogen is produced and especially in Saudi Arabia is targeting the export market. So they are looking at a period of about 5 years that they can see a substantial amount of hydrogen being produced.
And are we just looking at domestic consumption of green hydrogen, or are we looking to export?
We need to look at both. We're a net importer of energy resources, so we need to substitute those imports. I think it's a must, and so that we stop the bleeding of foreign currency. But also at the same time, besides stopping the imports, we need to also strengthen, as we mentioned, the value chains so that we can create jobs. We can become industrialized. You know, SADC has got an industrialization agenda. By 2063, we should be industrialized as a region. For us to earn foreign currency, we need to export. We are already in discussion as SACREEE. We're already in discussion with one of the European leaders of port hubs who would want to come in and assist also the region to develop our ports and make them ready for exporting of gas. We need to start working on safety rules, guidelines, safety measures that need to be put in place. And this, in my view, should be a priority as we start developing the hydrogen market. The green hydrogen economy, in our view, is going to be a game changer. We see a lot of value in a region developing the green hydrogen economy. So we expect that by the end of 2021, we should have a validated hydrogen atlas that identifies the potentials, that identifies requirements in terms of infrastructure that needs to be developed. It is on that basis that additional aspects of the green economy, of the green hydrogen economy, can be developed. For instance, the siting of infrastructure, electrolysis plants, the industries that can benefit from green hydrogen, the networks that need to be developed, as well as policies, regulations that need to come in handy to support the green hydrogen economy. There is a great potential. There is a great will. As SADC, we work with all the 16 member countries. Of course, there could be pilot projects. They could be piloting in 1 or 2 countries, or currently we are working with 12 countries where we're piloting. But the benefits and the benefits have to stretch to all the 16 countries of SADC.
That was Kudakwashe Ndhlukula speaking to Mining Weekly about the potential of developing a green hydrogen economy in the Southern African region.